last time on Alcatraz. I managed to set up my operations next to Blue Ob and captured 2 people. However, a maniac came by and prison broke them shortly after. I was able to escape with my life despite being right next to the blast. I've rebuilt and captured 5 more people. The episode ended with me seeing a mana land right next to the base and the uncertainty of what would happen next. Here's the part where the last mana that had come by had blown up my base, so of course I was going to play it safe. I turned off the fire, as if that would do anything, but I kept the door open on the small chance of him coming through, getting caught in the trap, and me taking his fat kit. Not that it would have ended well for this base anyway. Ow! What the fuck? He sees the open door. He's gonna go through the open door. Yes. There we go. Although I was expecting some epic, crazy loot, what I found was really disappointing. The guy just had a couple pieces of hide armor on. Looking over the footage again, I don't even think he's the guy from the mana, just some random beach bob. Of course, though, I was still going to cage him, because he had come into my base. Oh no, there's 3 of them now? Are you fucking serious? Seemed to me like the manas were just here to fight. Hopefully they wouldn't notice my shit shack at all. Oh my lord. As the fighting raged on, like a little cuck, I hid in my watchtower and watched. Seemed like they were going to be here for a while, cause they already had been. The fight wasn't slowing down anytime soon, but they weren't killing each other either. These guys sat here and they just fought and nothing came of it. This isn't 2 times or even 4 times footage. This is 8 times footage of them sitting here. And I've had to cut the majority of it out because I don't want you falling asleep. At this point in my base, I really did start to doze off because I couldn't leave or I'd get killed. But all I had to do was just sit here and watch. Well, basically, after about 30 minutes, no joke, of just sitting here and watching them fight, not a single creature or person dying, I decided, fuck it, I need to go fetch another pair of handcuffs. I would hopefully just run past them and grab it. Alright, now or never. And they set up a turret on the way to my base. That is fucking bad luck. It was indeed some very bad fucking luck. They had set up a couple battery heavies on the way back to my base I'd run into because I was looking behind me. I'd have to go back to base and make some grapples and try to recover my body. These guys were proving to be a real fucking nuisance at this point. 4 deaths, 25 minutes, and 1 discovery of another battery nest, I finally managed to get my body back. Finally. Once I recovered my shit, I would finally make the trip to my base that was initially, 30 minutes ago, necessary. Like, that fucking owl has thermals. Please stop hitting me. You crawl out of here. If I stand up, it's over for me. Just my luck. As I go to the base, there's some manas in the way. I decided I would try to hide in the local hut that had been blown up. I was hoping that they wouldn't expect me to be there, and my odds of getting randomly hit like I had before would be much lower. However, after about 5 minutes in there, I got bored and moved outside to get a better view and hopefully find out whenever the fuck this would end. The thing I want you to keep in mind is I've been waiting in this bush for about 5 or so minutes. The fear is gone and has been entirely replaced by annoyance. Why can these guys not end the fight? I've spent the last 45 minutes trying to get bear traps. And because of these guys' tomfoolery, I can't. I'm stuck hiding behind a tree. After the fighting was finally over, the guys who had outnumbered the first guy, of course they went on a bragging spree. These guys are not particularly humble individuals. But because they were too busy bragging, they still stayed in the same area with the Giga and the mana out. And honestly, after a little bit of fucking sitting here, and by a little bit I mean 20 minutes now, I decided I would just make a crawl for it, and if they killed me, so be it. Alright, I've had about enough. I'm fucking walking. Or not walking, I'm army crawling. As I was coming back from my crafting base with my bear traps, I noticed that they had moved their Giga to Alcatraz. Oh. Okay. Since it seemed like they were trying to do a prison break and free all the mobs I'd caged, I'd come back naked, and hopefully in a disguise so that nobody would recognize me. They had destroyed a good fraction of it, but seemed to have gotten bored. However, these mobs were attempting to coerce me into freeing the rest. I would work with them for now, but I would strike when the time was right. The guy who had called me a cunt and told me to die tried to follow me into my loot room to try to coerce all the loot from me. It seemed he didn't learn his lesson from being greedy in the first place. I knew that if everyone else got away, this fucker would stay caged. He had gotten into my stash of swords and other armaments. He was going to break through the wall, but it would take him quite a while. I had an opportunity to make some weapons and get in there and knock him out. Guess who's going back in the fucking cage? Although once he realized he couldn't make it out as the swords didn't have enough durability, he tried to despawn all my shit. I'd gotten there just in time, and I was gonna make sure this guy got the most secure cage I had in the lot. As the Giga didn't seem to care anymore, he thought the job was done. Seems he has short-term memory loss because he doesn't even know why I'm trying to cage him. Alright, I'm not gonna rebuild the prison, but we're keeping this fucking guy in. Although the rest of the prison had been breached, I managed to secure this small room that I could safely keep the guy in. And trust me, I had to keep him safe. There was a lot of people outside. You can hear them running. They're trying to get him out, 'cause he's one of them. With him now knocked out and caged, I was gonna go outside, knock out some of the people trying to free him, and bring their unconscious body to him, just so he could realize that he's stuck in here and nobody's gonna save him. Many of my back rooms remained mostly unharmed, so I'd have quite a few cells to house some people in. With this well-armed and armored individual knocked out, I would go and cage him right next to the guy who's trying to free, just so they could both see what happens when you try to mess with the Warden of Alcatraz. I want him to lose all hope and see his savior caged up. With that, I decided what better point than now than just to leave it. I knew the base would probably only last for a couple more hours before the Giga came back or a new one came, so decided I would just leave it. I had my fun for the day. And with that, I'm going to end the video. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed it. Subscribe if you did. And let me know in the comments if you liked this. If you did, when Apocalypse wipes, I might do Alcatraz in sort of a bigger scale. Maybe get a couple people in my tribe. Because this was on a server with 30 people. If I did it on Apocalypse, it'd be 70. So maybe I could get up to more shenanigans. Either way, have a good day.